See what is given over here. X minus 2 is the factor of this. What does it mean actually? As x minus 2 is a factor of this, so this polynomial will be completely divisible by x minus 2. As for example, we have 30. 30 is completely divisible by 2. 15 times 30. So the remainder is 0. So here what we say is 2 is a factor of 30. That is why this 30 is completely divisible by 2. We get the remainder completely divisible. That means we get the remainder 0. Okay. Another example. 18. 3 is a factor of 18. Okay. That's why 18 is completely divisible by 3. 3 times 6 is 18. The remainder is 0. We are getting the remainder 0. That means this 18 is completely divisible by 3. And in this scenario, these 3 and 6 are the factors of 18. In this case, this 15 and 2 are the factors of 30. And if I factorize this 15, that is 3 times 5. So what I can say is these 3, 5 and 2 are the factors of 30. If I can factorize this 2 times 3, so what I can say is this 3, 2 and 3 are the factors of 18. So what I'm trying to explain over here is, if we know one of the factor, then we can easily find other two factors by this method. Okay. If we know one factor of 30, then we can find the other two factors of 30 very easily. I'm going to apply the same method, same logic over here. I will divide these by this. Okay. It's a long process. Two x cubed minus 3x squared minus 17x plus 30. Okay, so what will happen over here is, this is analogous to this. So what I'm doing is, I'm dividing this by x minus 2. So at the end over here, the remainder will be 0. And here I will get a polynomial, something like this. So as we will get the remainder 0, what can we conclude over here is that x minus 2 is a factor of this that is given. And if I can factorize this, then I will get another two brackets. Then we will conclude that these and these are the factors of this polynomial. That is the method. Let us try it here. It is a very useful method in solving these complex algebra equations. So we are trying to understand in the real algebra, and then we will use it in complex algebra. So I'm dividing this by x minus 2. Okay. We will invest time in this. If you have never learned this method, it will need some time. Okay, you need to look into 2-3 examples. I have x over here and I want to obtain 2x cube. I have x and I want to obtain 2x cube. So what should I use for the multiplication over here to get this? So the answer is x times 2x square will give us 2x cube. X times 2x square gives us 2x cube, right? And this negative 2 times negative 2x square, negative 2 times 2x square, I get negative 4x square that I have to write over here. Now, we should change the sign of everything. Basically, we are subtracting this lower one from this upper one. Okay, so for that purpose, I will change the sign of all terms. So what is happening here? From this, I am subtracting 2x cube minus 4x square. So when we subtract, what happens? The sign will be changed. Okay. So I have already changed the sign. So from now onwards, we will not consider this sign. We will consider this sign only. We will consider this sign only. So positive 2x cube and negative 2x cube, they cancel each other. And here what we have is plus 4x square and negative 3x square. Negative 3x square, positive 4x square. So the answer is plus 1x squared. Bring this term down here. That is negative 17x. Okay. We have this x and now we want to obtain this 1x square. We have x and we want to obtain plus 1x square. So here for multiplication, I should use plus 1x. Okay. So this x times plus 1x gives me plus 1x square. And this negative 2 times plus 1x, negative 2 times plus 1x is negative 2x. Negative 2x. Let us change the sign. Positive becomes negative and negative becomes positive. This plus now, you should consider this sign. You should mean that it is negative 1x square and it is positive 2x. So these and these will cancel each other. Negative 17 plus 2x, negative 17x plus 2x, that gives us negative 15x. Okay. We have not used this 30, bring it down. Plus 30 comes here. Plus 30. Okay, great. Now, what you have over here is x. And you want to obtain this negative 15x. So for that purpose, for the multiplication, I have to use negative 15. Okay. So x times negative 15 is negative 15x. Negative 2 times negative 15, so that is plus 30. Change the sign. Okay, so this negative becomes positive and this positive becomes negative. So now you should mean that you have positive 15x here and negative 30 over here. So this negative 15x and this positive 15x, they cancel each other. Plus 30 minus 30 cancel each other. So we get the remainder 0. Okay. So it is something like this 30. 2 is a factor of 30. So this 30 is completely divisible by 2. 2 times 15 is 30. Remainder is 0. Now we can factorize this 15, that is 5 times 3. So what are the factors of this 30? 2, 5 and 3 are the factors of 30. So here what I should do is I should try to factorize this further. Okay. Factorize it. Okay. It is 2x squared plus 1x minus 15, and you are at level 3, so you must be knowing the method to factorize this. If you want to use calculator or you have any other method to factorize it, please use it. I don't want to teach it over here at this stage. So if you factorize these two brackets, this, then you will get 2x minus 5 and x plus 3. That's what the question is. X minus 2 is a factor of this, then find all other factors. Other factors are this. Okay. This question is in real algebra, but exactly this method is useful to handle complex algebra equations. Okay. Sorry. Let me explain one more question of this type, and then I will give you one question for practice. If if x minus 3 is a factor of f of x is equal to x cubed minus 6x square, okay, plus 11x minus 6. Let me check the statement. So x minus 3 is a factor of x cubed minus 6x square plus 11x minus 6. Then find all other factors of f of x. The complex algebra equation is of the same type. Okay, so try to understand this and that will be fine. So I am dividing this by this. I must get the remainder 0 because this is the factor of this one. That is why the remainder has to be 0. is 1x cube, I should write, minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6. Okay. I have x. I want to obtain 1x cube. X, and we want 1x cube. So for multiplication, I must use 1x square, or you can write x square, that is fine. I get 1x cube, and this negative 3 into 1x square, negative 3 times 1x square, you get negative 3x square. Now let us subtract the lower one from the upper one. So in short, I am changing the sign of these terms. So now we should consider these signs. I should consider that I have plus 3x square here. I have negative 1x cube over here. Okay. So plus 1x cube minus 1x cube, they cancel each other. So here we have negative 6x square, positive 3x square. So basically I get negative 3x square. Bring this 11x down. So that is plus 11x. Okay. Now I have x and I want to obtain negative 3x square. I have x. I want to obtain negative 3x square. So for the multiplication, I must use negative 3x. I have to use it negative 3x. So x times negative 3x is negative 3x square. Negative 3 times negative 3x, that is plus 9x. Let us change the sign. Negative becomes positive and positive becomes negative. They cancel each other. 11x minus 9x, that is plus 2x. Bring this negative 6 over here. Again, the same thinking. We have x. We want to obtain plus 2x. So x times plus 2 gives me plus 2x. And this negative 3 times plus 2 is negative 6. Change the sign. They cancel each other. The remainder is 0. So again, the example of 30 I should use here. Sorry to repeat it again and again. 2 is a factor of 30. That is why 30 is completely divisible by 2. We get the remainder 0. Now if I factorize this 15, then I can say that these 3, 5 and 2 all are the factors of 30. So I am following the same process. I will factorize it. Okay. We have x squared minus 3x plus 2. The factors will be x minus 2, x minus 1. That was the question. So find all of the factors. We have obtained all of the factors. And if you want to obtain the roots, then the task is very easy. All the roots of this polynomial are very easy. X equal to 3, x equal to 2, x equal to 1. Okay, done. As it is the cubic equation, it must have 3 roots, 2, 1 and 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Great. Okay, so now I am giving you one question for practice. Because you have to have grip on this method, then only the merit level questions will be possible. Otherwise, you will struggle there. So please pause the video and try the next question. I'm writing it here. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, I'm giving you an a easy target. Okay, small target. So you will not face big numbers if mm, x plus 2 is one of the factors of f of x is equal to x cubed plus 13x squared plus 32x plus 20, then find all other factors of f of x. Please pause the video and try this question. I hope you have tried this question. If you have tried, then the answer is the other two factors are x plus 1, yeah, x plus 1 and x plus 10. Right? Yes. Okay. I'm explaining this over here. You can match your work with me and identify your mistake, please. And main thing is that if you will insert this in your calculator, you will get the roots, and with the help of roots, you can obtain the factors. But that will not work in complex algebra. In complex algebra, you have to follow this method only. Okay. So if you have tried in that way, that you have inserted this in your calculator, you obtain the roots like x equal to -1, -10 and -2. And from this, if you are giving the factors, then it is fine for this real algebra. But in complex algebra, that will not work. Okay. So focus on the method. X plus 2 is the divisor. And the dividend is x cubed plus 13x squared plus 32x plus 20. Right? I have x, I want to obtain x cubed. So to obtain x cubed for multiplication, I must use x squared. So x times x squared is x cubed plus 2 times x squared is 2x squared. Great. Now change the sign, or that means subtraction. It becomes negative, negative, cancel. 13x squared minus 2x squared, that gives me plus 11x squared. I should bring this 32 over here, plus 32x. Here I have x and I want to obtain 11x squared. So this x is to be multiplied by 11x, then only I will get 11x squared. So x times plus 11x, I get plus 11x squared. Now this 2 times 11x is 22x. Change the sign. Plus becomes minus. They are cancelled. 32 minus 22 is plus 10x. This plus 20 should come here. I have x and I want to obtain 10x. So here for multiplication, I will use plus 10. X times plus 10 is plus 10x. And 2 times 10 is 20, right? Change the sign. That means the lower one is being subtracted from the upper one. Cancel and we get the remainder 0. As the remainder is 0, it indicates that this is completely divisible by x plus 2. That means x plus 2 is factor of this one. X is equal to negative 2 is a root of this. Now we can factorize it. So it is x squared plus 11x plus 10. So by any method you factorize it, you will get x plus 1, x plus 10. 10. You have to handle big numbers, We are in New Zealand, so you have calculator in your hand, so you should be able to handle big numbers. That is the expectation from you. So the question is, if 3x plus 10 is one of the factor of factors of f of x is equal to 9x cubed minus 27x squared minus 100x plus 300 then find all other factors of f of x. 9x cubed minus 27x square minus 100x plus 300. If you want to try, you can. Pause button is in your hand. Try it out. If I solve this, then if you have tried, then you should have obtained other two factors like 3x minus 10. The other factor is 3x minus 10 times x minus 3. These are other two factors. I'm trying it over here. 9x cubed minus 27x squared minus 100x plus 300. Okay. So we have 3x and we want 9x cubed. So this 3x is to be multiplied by 3x square over here. So here I should write 3x square. Then only I will get 9x cube. Right. 3x square. So 3 3 is a 9. X times x square is x cube. Good. And 3 and this 10. 10 times 3x square, that is plus 30x square. Now subtract the lower polynomial from the upper one, that means change the sign. Cancel it. Negative 27 and negative 30, that gives me negative 57x square. Bring it down, negative 100x. Okay, so I have this 3x and I want to obtain negative 57x square. And what number should I use? So 57 by 3, that is 19. Okay, negative 19x. Perfect. So negative 19x. Because 3 19s are 57. So I get negative 57x square plus 10 times minus 19, that is minus 190x. Great. Change the sign, negative becomes positive. Now we should consider this sign, okay? So by considering this negative 57x square and this is positive 57x square, they cancel each other. And here I have plus 190 and minus 100, so I get plus 90x, right? Now I should bring this 300 over here. So it is plus 300. I have this 3x. To obtain this 90x, here I must use 30 plus 30 basically. So I will get plus 90x and 10 times 30, that is 300. Change the sign. Being cancelled, remainder is 0. Great. You must get the remainder 0, okay? Because here they have given that this is the factor of this. That means this polynomial is perfectly divisible by this. What do we mean by perfectly divisible? The remainder is 0. Now factorize this. Factorize it. It is 3x squared minus 19x plus 30. Okay. You have to have any method to factorize this. And if you will do the factorization, you have passed level 2. So I expect that you know the method. You will get 3x minus 10. And the other factor will be x minus 3. So I hope you have understood this method. If you have not, then revise the video, watch it again and again, practice in parallel with the video, then only you will get nice grip on the concept. And this is the way we expect from you, okay? Why these video lectures are being prepared. We want you to watch this video again and again, practice in parallel, and have nice grip on the concept. Okay. Why I am not running live session? The reason is only this. I want you to be practicing with in parallel of this video. By watching something, you will never get the knowledge. You have to have pen in your hand. You have to practice these all questions again and again. You should prepare your legal notebook. Whatever I am writing in my OneNote, you should be writing in your notebook. Prepare a nice notebook. Do all the questions again and again and obtain grip. Whatever you cannot understand, revise it, watch the video again, and obtain nice grip. I'm very sure that if you will do this, then you will be successful. So this basic method I have taught. Now in next session, I will be using the same method for complex numbers. See you then.